Wade Heineman, 2:30 p.m. June 29th. June 29th, 2:30 p.m. YouTube.com/@Wade Yes. Twitter.com/Wade Yes Yes. Woke up between 1 and 2 and drove into Fairbank, and this is my receipt here. 2:04 p.m. She gave me the first cashier gave me just a tiny receipt with just the bottom information or like just the just the date or whatever on it, and so I didn't notice it until I got home. I had to go back. So this is it's about 2:30 now. This is 2:02, wasn't it? 2:04. And then I went to the post office, so it's about 2:30 now. 7759. That's my EBT food stamp card. And I woke up here in the shed. I'm in the Suburban, and you can see my Escalades right there. See where I am here. And there's the camper, orange mower and such. Half home is half mile north of Fairbank, Iowa. I was home alone all last night. Never tried to contact a minor. That's still true. I have never, ever tried to contact a minor. I'm not interested in minors, transgender, or males sexually or romantically. I never will be. That's all stage lies throughout my life, however long that's gone on. My face is puffy from sleeping and eating last night. Green eyes, though, as always. Here's that profile, straight on. Profile right. I got to my parents last night, and I had told my mother I'd call her when I woke up yesterday, and then I wanted to go to the post office when I woke up before they came and got this. And then I realized I needed some more drink, so I went to Yoder's Amish store to get a bunch of liquids to make sure that if when I put the fuel pump in the Escalade, if it doesn't run, then I have some liquids here because I don't have any other transportation. I'd still be stuck here as I was June 10th to June 26th. When I got there, my mom immediately accosts me from the house, and I'm out by the shed talking to my dad. She yells at me about what writing is on the back of this Escalade, or the Suburban, which is that stuff that people write in high school on the, for sports teams, supporting sports teams and stuff. It's not paint. That's not paint or something. And this is just sitting on the bumper here. And it's not disturbing anything. It's not hurting anything. That's their number one concern when their son's life has been destroyed for 10 years. And my dad is had to make a special trip inside the house once he saw it, and accosted me inside the house with my mother in there. Instead of caring about their son, life's been destroyed by surveillance, staged lies, targeted energy attacks, toxin attacks, people claiming that they know me that don't know me, stealing my identity, stealing my personal documents, even including the child support papers, documents, trying to hijack my entire identity. They rather accost me about that when they'll give a vehicle to my brother for weeks on end without any return date in mind. I've never wrecked any of their vehicles. Why are they doing this to me? Why are my parents doing this to me? This is why I have to mention their borderline personality disorder, my mother, and my father's narcissistic. Unless you have that as your parent structure, that your parents have narcissistic personality disorder and borderline personality disorder, you have no idea what I'm talking about, because I had to research this after my sister committed suicide in 2003. But this is why I mention my parents all the time. Because so many people get involved in the judgments immediately with what happens with my parents, which they should have no part in. That's my family. You should have no part in judging what goes on in my family. My family is the most dysfunctional family I can imagine. And I'm still trying to hang on to what's left of it. And everybody, all these people getting involved in the judgments between my family. I'll admit, when I came home yesterday, I was depressed, because after talking to my parents, all they care about is what's on the back of their Suburban one of 8 vehicles that they have. My mother tries to make it sound like they're down to 1 running vehicle. They still have 6 running vehicles. Sits behind their shed for all year long, never runs. And they're so concerned about getting it back and what's on the back of it when I drive around. Explain to my mom, and I have to try and play a game of not getting in verbal arguments with them because of this too, because I'm so hurt by the fact that all they care about is what is on the back of this Suburban, and not about their son whose life has been destroyed for 10 years. That's what hurts me the most, is my parents, over and over and over and over and over again. And I have to play a game of not getting involved in an argument with them because of these things. I have to try and suppress my hurt and anger with it while I'm over there, because we've gotten into arguments about it so many times before. But that's what I'm up against. I'm homeless, no running water for 5 years. And the number one thing that my parents and many people that judge my life about is whether or not I get everything done exactly the way that I told my parents I would. And they don't make any judgments about my parents hurting me over and over again, that all they care about is stuff on the back of the Suburban, when my life is completely destroyed for 10 years. If my parents backed me up in these situations like this consistently, I would probably be out of this situation by now. I still love them. They're my parents, they raised me, but they hurt me the most, because one is borderline personality disorder, the other is narcissistic personality disorder.